Are those of the program host and guest and are not those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. The phone lines are open. Call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788. That's 220-WSTU. It's time for Stuart Laser Talk with your host, Dr. Tred J. Rizacker.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea,
Heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I want to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Tred Rizacker, and I am a licensed doctor of chiropractic, and I want to welcome you to another hour of the Slim Body Laser Spa Health and Wellness Show. My emphasis, as always, is on how today's medical lasers can help you to look better, feel better, have less pain, less downtime, less expense, and quicker, faster results with today's new medical lasers. Absolutely incredible. I've been here on air for over 7 years now, talking about lasers and how they can help people lose weight, reduce pain, reduce inflammation, look better, feel better. It's taking over the world at this point. These lasers are not your Star Wars lasers. This is not Ronald Reagan's failed experiment to blast missiles out of the sky. These lasers are natural occurring light photons of energy called radiant energy, which the sun produces. And you and I, as humans that have cellular growth and cellular respiration, we respond favorably to certain wavelengths, which are colors of light. And who would have ever thought that you're able to take the light from the sun, make it safe, test it, clear it by the FDA, and approve it by the FDA for all sorts of different types of conditions. And I'm here to kind of just go through the truth about it and explain exactly what lasers are, how they were discovered, why they are so beneficial. And also, I have a very easy program for you to come into the office, have a free consultation, and we can explain exactly if these lasers could be beneficial to you. And that's really the purpose of why we're here. My program can be heard here on WSTU 1450 every single Tuesday from 9 to 10 o'clock. My weight loss center and whole body rejuvenation center is called the Slim Body Laser Spa. It's now branded as Dr. Tred's Slim Body Laser Spa because of my name. It's very unique. And I've been providing a safe, sane alternative to surgical liposuction and those other quote unquote non-invasive procedures, the fat freezing, the fat burning. All of them have risks and side effects. I've been offering an alternative to those procedures for over 8 years now. You know, at our office, among the staff and among our local clients, we have a saying: anyone who still considers surgical liposuction as their first option is really stuck in the year 2004. They've been watching too many Nip and Tuck shows on Bravo.
Oh yeah,
the Nip and Tuck.
I like that show.
Or the Surgical Nightmare show, the plastic surgery gone bad. That's another show there. It'll never happen at the Slim Body. My low-level laser services are FDA cleared as safe, and they actually cause your stubborn fat to be released in a series of 9 sessions in 3 weeks. 9 30-minute laser sessions in 3 weeks. You can lose 3 to 9 inches of stubborn belly fat, 1 to 5 inches around your thighs, 1 to 2 inches around your arms. We can lift up the chin, get rid of the double or triple chin, make it smoother, tighter, more taut in only 6 laser sessions. We can help with back fat, bra bulges, male boobs called moobs. And if you are suffering with that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who've never heard the term, you don't have to worry about it. And, it's fantastic because the results are the same day. And you don't have to sacrifice any downtime. It does not involve any pain. There's no swelling, and it can be utilized by all ages. From 18 to 95 to 100 years old. As far as when it comes to teenagers and it comes to fat, typically they're much better being taught how to eat better and exercise when they're under 18 than to utilize a laser. So that's why we don't have a lot of people under 18. We can help people lose unwanted fat and reduce waist sizes regardless of how much fat you have, regardless of your so-called slow metabolism. We specialize in those persons who have failed at weight loss before, or people who are eating good, exercising often, but are just not able to get the results in specific pesky areas like arms, muffin top, back fat, or thighs. Since each case is specifically overseen by me personally, I can handle many different situations with difficult problems. Even people suffering with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, people suffering with breathing conditions such as COPD or asthma, persons who have had hip replacements or knee replacements and cannot exercise because of the injury, others who are just challenged when it comes to exercising and eating. They need help. We can help you to get started on a better plan for weight loss and or body sculpting. Nothing is as important as a testimonial. I have my own testimonial. If you have ever listened to my show before or you've seen any of my promotional pieces, I always talk about my own results with the laser. I was 54 years old, 265 pounds. I was 40 to 50 pounds overweight. And yes, I owned the laser spa. Didn't really understand the real benefit of the laser at that time. We were using it just for spot fat reduction, and it was never really for weight loss. And then through my own trials and failure at weight loss, and then the onset of type 2 diabetes in 2012, I decided to use the laser and combine it with eating better, which is nutrition, diet. And boy, did I get some results. I lost 4 inches of girth in only 4 weeks, lying on my back with the laser. I went from a 40 waist to a 36-inch waist in like no time at all. And then I continued to eat a diet that was low in refined carbohydrates, good protein, good lean, vegetables, low fruit sugar. And I dropped 10 pounds a month for 3 months. And at the end of the 4th month, I was down 38 pounds and a loose 36 waist size. Boy, did I feel better. I looked better. My blood sugar improved. My energy soared through I never had so much energy. I thought I was just getting old and lazy, and it was really the extra weight. It's just wearing me down. It was like an anchor, just held me down. And as I got that weight off, I said to myself, I talked to my wife and my staff. I said, there's a lot of people out there that are suffering with what I'm suffering from. And I was early 50s, and man, I needed help. So we started helping people with metabolic syndrome and other conditions like that. So right now, I got a really busy guy on the phone. I know who he is. His name is Kevin. And as soon as I find my headphones here, I got him. He wants to share a story with you. Mr. Kevin, are you there?
Hey, good morning, Dr. Tread. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm so glad you called. Tell us about it. Tell us about your experience at the Slim Body. You probably related to a little bit about what I just said, huh?
Well, I got to tell you, I had no interest in, I lived a very unhealthy lifestyle. I'm a very busy person. I eat fast food, or I did. How's that? I used to eat fast food once a day. I never watched my calories. I never watched carbohydrates. I didn't worry about protein. I was a 2-liter of soda a day guy. I was a half a gallon of the sweetened iced coffee a day person.
a
2
sugar
o'clock in the morning.
A sugar maniac, I think we call that.
At 2 o'clock in the, and I'm 49. Okay. I ate this way. I got out of the Army in 1997, and I never, from that day forward, was like, I lived, the Army life, and then I just kind of went crazy. I just never took care of, my health wasn't like an issue, I guess we could say.
Yeah, you have the gift of youth. It doesn't,
right?
You're not suffering.
Kind of what it was. And then I got in that program where my body, I gave my body sugar. It wanted sugar. Sugar was no good. I didn't care because it tasted good.
Mm-hmm.
But
everybody else is a little overweight too. So what the heck?
Well, and that's kind of, what I'm your
it's
typical
common.
Average American.
It's common.
I started your program at 247.8. I'm 5'8". So I had a belly.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Good 30 pounds. Yeah.
And my granddaughter, I have an 8-year-old that's very, very important to me. She lives with me, and she's my whole wonderfulness. How's that?
I agree, man. I have met her. She is
said to
sweet.
me one night while we were eating dinner at a fast food place, she said, "Pop-Up, I love you." And I was, of course, you're my favorite person on the planet. I love you too. She goes, "I want you around for the rest of my life." Big people don't live long.
What did she say? What type of people? Heavy people don't live long? Is that what she said?
She said, big people don't live long.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, honey, do you really think I'm that big? And she said, you're bigger than you should be.
Mm.
And it was like crushing to have an 8-year-old say this to you.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I'm like, well, I thought that you're my best friend. How are you saying? She's like, oh, I'm not trying to hurt you, Pop-Up. I want you around forever. You're going to walk me down the aisle when I get married. Instant tears in a fast food restaurant. 50-year-old thinks he's a tough guy, bawling his eyes out because his granddaughter said these things to him.
Called you out on your stuff.
The very next day, we walked into a flea market, and Dr.
right.
Tread's wife was there. My granddaughter instantly walks up to her and says, my grandpa, my Pop-Up needs help. Can you help him? He doesn't exercise much. He doesn't eat good, but he needs somebody to help him lose weight. Again, tears in the eyes, freaking out. Oh my God, my granddaughter's calling me out in public in front of people. So I made the appointment to come in and see the staff there and have the consultation. So we went for the consultation, and I talked with you, Dr. Tread, and you explained to me some situations. You basically, the size you were and the size I was were almost a duplicate. We had a very similar background. You looked healthy. Your skin was good color. You had energy. I was tired at 5 o'clock at night. I ate like shit. I ate terrible. I would be up like I said, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning having a snack.
That woke up my board operator.
Forgive me. But I'm a truthful guy. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat. I don't tell stories. You can come and see me, and I will show you my before and after pictures. I am very, very happy. I'm thrilled with the way things went, and I'll get into that in a second. But let me tell you, so I went for the consultation. We had a really great talk. I connected with you. I connected with you probably more than I connect with most people. We had very similar eating habits and styles. And if you can do it, I can do it.
There you go. That is the truth.
I went home and I talked to my family about it. I have 3 adult daughters. My wife, two live at home grandbabies kind of thing. And they all said, you know what, Dad, this sounds like something that you can get behind. And they bought me the program for a Christmas present.
I know. I remember.
Yes.
Yep.
And so I did. I started the program. I went in reluctantly. When I came in the door, the girls that were behind the counter treated me like I had been there forever.
Hmm.
It was like a long lost friend that they hadn't seen. You know, I don't know how else to describe it. I instantly felt at home. It was no pressure. Everybody explained everything to me. There was no guessing. Juan took me to the thing. She did my measurements. She did my weight. She explained the laser to me. She taught me 3 rules that would help me lose weight as long as I followed the program, which is extremely simple.
And what are the 3 rules? A little test for you.
The first thing that y'all did was you provided me with a large bottle of protein shake. I wasn't a protein shake kind of person.
Yeah, you
obviously.
didn't like them. You didn't even want to try it at first.
Absolutely not. But I gotta tell you that I was very surprised that the flavor. You know, I'm a flavor guy. I mean, soda, iced coffee, caramel macchiato iced coffee, a half a gallon a day. I'm like one of those sweetie kind of guys.
And those
this
protein
thing worked.
They taste good. Yeah.
It tasted good.
It's
I was able
by the
to
way,
have the shake
for those
breakfast.
listening, it's the Quest product. Quest products. Yeah.
So I had the shake for breakfast, a healthy snack about 10 o'clock, which is like an apple or a banana or something.
Or at the protein bar, right?
Right. Or the Quest bar, which you guys taught me about, even gave me a couple of samples, set me on my way. By the way, they sell that product at the store for a discounted price, I will tell you. The price that Dr. Tread has it and the price that it is at your local market is totally different. It's a big price. So it's definitely worth it. And I was able to change. The first week was like a nightmare, but I was never hungry. It was my mind telling me, you want that whole bag of Lay's potato chips, but I wasn't hungry. So I didn't really need that bag of Lay's potato chips, which was a waste anyway, because it never really filled you up in the first place. It was just something to crunch on. So your next thing, so you have your shake for breakfast, healthy snack. For lunch is low carb, low sugar. Your low carb, low sugar is very easy to do. You can even go to your local restaurant, grab you a nice salad, some grilled chicken, get some grilled chicken somewhere, a couple of slices of sandwich meat, maybe a couple of slices of cheese. Try and stay away from the carbs like the bread and stuff, but they do have, maybe you don't want to cut it completely out of your diet to begin with. They have low carb stuff. You can get like a pita bread that's like 2 carbs or something.
Let me interject here, because one of the issues why people do not choose this is they think it's really a weight loss program, and not, the laser is the 80% of the success of Slim Body Laser Spa. The food is something to maintain, sustain, and so it doesn't come back. Now,
exactly.
you needed more help with food than some. So that's why, and I want my listeners
taught me a better way to eat.
And I want my listeners to know that some people don't need much help with food, but they just need to use the laser. But when you need help, it's there.
Right.
Which we did for Kevin.
I needed help with all of it.
Right. So I don't want people to think that, that's a pretty expensive food plan, a diet plan coming into the laser.
What, Dr. Tread, it wasn't expensive.
Oh, I know that.
You consider
compared to a $300 HCG round or the quick weight loss, which is also very expensive. You're right.
It wasn't expensive. It's just a change, and you gotta want to make the change. You gotta want to lose. You gotta want to have the body sculpting, but that laser definitely made the difference. Listen, if I didn't see a difference, I wouldn't have continued the program.
Exactly. That first week is like you lose 2-3 inches. You're like, wow. Even Mike, my guy here, that was his same experience.
At the end of my 3 weeks, it was 9 sessions in 3 weeks. Just so you know, I have continued my stuff, but for everybody else out there to know.
You're an alumni.
But at the end of that 3-week period, the 9 sessions, I literally was down 7 to 8 total inches.
Right. And what about 8 pounds or something? 7 pounds at that time?
And it was. I started at 247.8, and I got it marked. I stopped at the end of that week. I was 8 pounds 6 ounces lighter than I started.
Right, in 3 weeks, and the inch loss.
Trash, and then
you weren't eating very good. I learned
a different way, and it was just now it's so easy to not go into the McDonald's because you trained yourself for those 3 weeks that you didn't need it. I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I have to have a snack. I sleep better because I lost some weight.
Right.
I feel better. I went down 2 pant sizes from a 42 to a 38. That's astronomical. That's unheard of. I mean, my friends, I see up to 300 to 400 people a day, and every one of them has said to me, "Wow, you look different than you looked the last time I was in your office, which was 30 days ago." And I'm like, "Yup," and I'll tell you why. People are sick of hearing me preach about it now. I'm like, you got to try this. This is amazing. So yeah, I could go on for hours, but.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kevin. Absolutely. So he's a local guy, lives in Jensen Beach. He's not a paid sponsor from some internet company, right? You're the real deal.
No, I have my own business here in Jensen Beach.
Yep.
If I can throw a plug, I will.
Go ahead.
I am at the Pitchford RV location. We have been here for 207 years. We are right downtown across the street from the Hoffman German restaurant and Conky Joe's. I have an RV mobile home park. I have several in the area. This one just happens to be my home office. I invite anybody to come in and ask me questions. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
There's some big things. There's some big plans for that Pitchford area. Went through a lot of controversy with people complaining up top there, but I know that it's all behind you now, and it's just increasing the value and the beautifulness of living in Jensen Beach.
We are very, very happy with our. I've had this for 18 months now. I am very, very happy. We are very happy to be here in Jensen. We are blessed. Jensen is it's just a golden place to live. Mm-hmm. We have chocolate waterfalls and rainbows here. It's perfect. What a great community.
Great.
We really do. It's just a wonderful place. The people here are amazing.
You're nice and thin now and full of energy, so you could live your life and do what God wants you to plans on. And to be there for that beautiful granddaughter. She is a very intelligent young lady. You can just tell.
She's just the best. She's really the best. She's my best friend. She's the most wonderful person.
Hey, friends tell friends sometimes what they don't want to hear.
You know what? And I got to tell, honest to God, like they say, from the mouths of babes. And she just, sometimes, the children, you just got to listen to them because, wow, she changed my life. Not only by her being born, but by her being able to be honest and tell me, your family doesn't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to tell you, gee, Dad, you're getting a little big, because they're afraid that they're going to hurt your feelings and they love you. But sometimes honesty from somebody is the best medicine.
Great.
It's just the honest to God's truth. Your friends out there look at you and they go, "Oh my goodness, it looks like you gained a little bit of weight." Well, there's a way to change that.
Slim Body Laser Spa. All right, Kevin. Thank you so much. We got to get on to other topics here. You're the best, man. I am so happy that you had such and you grabbed onto it. It wasn't just the laser. Your energy is infectious. So that's great.
And
all right. Sounds like you got some more calls.
And you believe in it, you want to talk about it.
You got it. Thank you.
God bless, Doctor. Have a great day, okay?
You too, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
welcome to number 4,222. In other words, it's how many people I think have been through the process. It's, I have to pinch myself sometimes of the success that incorporating the laser with weight loss at the same time, how much it motivates. It gets rid of that 2, 3, 4 week when you start a weight loss program and you're miserable, you don't feel well, your calories are changing, you're avoiding situations where there might be food and people are making fun of you when you first start out. This laser removes most of that kind of negative chatter because the results are so quick when it comes to the outside fat. Now, to be very clear about this laser does not make you lose weight. It does not. It gives you motivation because you're losing inches very quickly. Now, when you're over 40 or 50 years old, the outer fat, that subcutaneous, calories, which you can, and if you're wondering if it's visceral or subcutaneous, just take your hands, reach down, pinch your belly fat. If you can pinch it between your fingers and it's soft and gushy, it's subcutaneous fat. If it's hard like a ball, like a beach ball, and you can't hardly even pinch the skin because it's distended, that's visceral fat. That's a nutrition problem. Now, we can help you with that too, but I just want to be clear. The laser treats the outer layer, and then daily habits, exercise and eating better, treats the inner fat. But to just not have the laser, it's such a slow process to lose those inches that most people they fall short very quickly. So, and you just heard from him. I mean, we were talking 4 weeks. This guy has lost 8 inches and 10 pounds.
That's insane.
And he's this guy is stout. He's not a real tall, thin guy. He's 5'8" and he's, 200, what do you say, 245 or something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the kind of person that weight loss centers cringe when they show up.
Yeah.
Really, because he's to the point where he's not grossly obese. So, and he's full of energy. So he wants to exercise. He wants to do things. He can eat a lot of calories when you're active like that. And in weight loss centers, those people, they fail all day long. You want, the weight loss center is looking for someone who's done, who's, just can't hardly move, and they can just, as soon as they come in and drink water, they lose weight.
Yeah.
He's not like that. This had to be engaging. We had to challenge him and use the laser and also work within a probably a 2,000 calorie amount day. That's how much he needs to eat to do everything he does. He manages that whole park, handles everything. It's pretty, Well, anyway, I could tell you all day long it works. Hey, I got another person who just started yesterday. Is it okay? Can I say?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
So Mike here is my host, and we've been together, not dating or anything, but he's been my board operator for 5 or 6 years since he started. And each and every Christmas, I like to give him a gift. I like to do something for him. And he won't take money because, we're already a business model here.
Uh-huh.
So 2 years in a row, I gave him a weight loss program.
Yeah.
To come in and do it.
Yeah.
And he looked great, lost inches. And then when he got married, as he was getting ready to get married, it was right about the time when his gift was coming. And I gave him another plan, and he lost 8 inches, changed his tux, had to be pulled in.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened is this last year, I thought I got to do something different. And I offered it if he'd like to give it to his wife.
And
now, I've never met her before. So it wasn't like I thought there was anything wrong with her. But
no, you were very timid.
You
were
gotta
like,
be careful.
I don't want to offend. I don't know what your wife looks like. And this is, but if she wants to go through the program, she can. And I went home and she was ecstatic. She was super happy. And and you're right. This happened. This was for Christmas. This was for the holidays. So this was a couple of months ago, but she had her first appointment last night, and she was putting it off because of work obligations, basically. And she wanted to get to a point where she knew that she could dedicate herself to being able to come into the treatments 3 times a week. And she's been steadily preparing, and she had her first appointment last night. And I asked her, I was like, how was it? And she had a great time. She was super excited about all of the information that that Juan and you and the rest of the staff had there to help with her eating habits. And she was talking about the Quest bars. Now, she is not one to like protein bars. I've tried over the years. I've purchased various protein bars and have tried to get her to use them as a healthy snack choice or a healthy meal replacement over the years. And she has yet to meet one that she actually enjoys and will eat. So she tried one of the Quest bars that she got from you guys, and also the protein shake that she had after the treatment. She had a little bit
talked about. Yeah. All of our plans include a big protein container because it helps people with food choices.
And she got the chocolate one for that. And I forget which flavor of the Quest bar she got, and she loved them. Absolutely loved them. That was a huge thing for her because she has never enjoyed any of that stuff.
That's because we offered it and not you.
That it could be. I will never.
When
tell
mom
her
offers
that.
you something, you're like, I don't know, mom. Is it old? I got to check how old it is. Is it a leftover? But when you go into a doctor's office and the whole program, and then they offer you this, it's hard to deny that it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. She went through. She had the first laser treatment. She said that I told her the first time I went through, I got about halfway through the appointment and I was convinced that you guys forgot to turn the machine on because I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything. It's a laser light, so I'm not going to look directly at it to see if I can see if it's turned on because that'd be dangerous.
It's not a heating device.
It's not a heating device. And by the end of the 30 minutes, it was, I don't even want to say warm, because warm implies like there was heat coming off of it.
It's just a bright light. It's
Exactly.
like being next to a light.
It was like a flashlight. Sometimes they can get, a little bit of heat on them. That was the extent of it.
My cell phone gets hotter on my ear than the laser gets on your stomach.
I would agree with that 100%. So she talked about that. She talked about taking the pictures beforehand, and she ended up losing, just in one treatment, she ended up losing about 1.5 inches in 3 places, which is about what I lost my first time through, the very first one treatment in. So she's super excited.
It's measured very exacting too.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
marks made when you start, and then the tape is a self-locking tape measure that clicks, click, click, click. And then when you do the laser, then we repeat that same mark, that same level. It's shown to you with a mirror, so you can see that it's on the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to see the measurement yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so there's no scam here.
Yeah, you're not twisting.
Nobody tightened it down
exactly.
or did it like they do in so many places. Yeah.
So she was excited about that. And my wife is a very organized individual, and she's a planner.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been spending these last 2 months pretty much planning out her work schedule and trying to find the perfect time to come in and do it. And she got all the information on diet, and she was surprised about how much protein she's supposed to be having, and then how much protein is available in things like grilled chicken and elements like that.
Or green leafy vegetables.
Actually
have more
spinach.
protein than many things you think have protein.
Yeah.
50% of spinach and kale is protein.
So she was excited to get all that, because when I asked her, how did it go? What did you think? Was it relaxing? Because I found it to be extremely relaxing going through. And the first thing she mentioned was how much she enjoyed the information, how it was laid out in a way that was understandable, accessible, and something where she felt that she could come home and act on it. And when I came home, all of your literature was over my countertops. There was a couple of Quest bars. There was some of the protein. There was some other stuff.
She had arrived.
Yep, it was all laid out in a very neat and orderly fashion, all over the countertops for her to go over.
Wow. That's great. So our goal here is in the next 3 weeks, we have asked Amanda's permission if we could talk about her story.
Amber.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Amber's situation, and that we could talk about the story. And to be very, like I told Mike the day he started, I said, you can be honest. Please don't share your results if they were not good results, And he's never had a problem with the results.
No.
Mike, in fact, he has this great story of his fourth or fifth treatment, and he wasn't sure how well it was working. And you went up to your condo to go into the door, right? And when you pulled your hand to unlock it, you weren't mindful, and your pants dropped down by your knees, right?
And I was telling the story to Amber last night too, because when I asked how many inches she had lost after the first treatment, she's like, I lost 1.5 inches, but it's not like I feel it. And I told her, when I went through it for the first time, I saw that I was losing inches, but I didn't feel it either. And it wasn't until the end of my 4th treatment, because I remember specifically that was the first time that you get measured again. After the first treatment, you don't get measured every time. You get measured again at the 4th treatment, which is about the halfway mark. And I remember going through the treatment, getting measured, seeing that I had lost another couple of inches at that point, and I was progressing at a point that I was extremely happy with. And I remember that was the first time driving home that I felt smaller, that I felt skinnier, that I felt my waist wasn't as big as it had been before. And I felt it on my sides, like in my upper stomach area. Yeah, like right above the love handles, maybe. That's where I felt it the most. And it was a very strange and awesome sensation. And I'm driving home and I'm contemplating about how skinny I feel and how many inches I've lost. And oh my goodness, this thing's really working. This is exactly what I wanted and what I was hoping for. And I get to our apartment. We live on the 2nd story, and I'm walking up the stairs, and I get to the top, and there's a little bit of a breeze. I look down, and my pants are down around my ankle. They just fell down because I wasn't wearing a belt. And that's from that moment on.
He did have his underwear on, I hope.
I did. But from that moment on,
was that American flag underwear or the?
there were no witnesses, luckily. But from that moment on, I felt it the whole way through, from there through the end, and it was just a fantastic sensation.
Thank you for that. I kind of had the same result. I lost 8 inches in like 2 weeks when I first bought the laser, almost 8-9 years ago. I got the machine, put it in my chiropractic office, and jumped on it like I was the first guy to do it. And I lost 3 inches of girth in like just a little over 2 weeks, 9 sessions. And I saw that it worked. And understand something, I didn't lose weight at that point. I just lost the inches. And if you really want to understand how you can lose inches with not weight, you really need to come into the office and let me show you why that is. Because when I was in the seminar 10 years before that, and they had this sign, it said lose 3 to 9 inches of stubborn fat while you lie on your back and listen to music. 9 sessions in 3 weeks was what the tagline was. I was with some other colleagues, and we all said, we're doctors, we're like, well, that's impossible. You can't eat, it doesn't, you have to eat and exercise to lose inches. Everybody knows that. And I went in there and they demonstrated the machine. The guy put it on a man who was in his 50s that had a belly like I did at the time. I had a big belly. And he lost 1 inch in circumference in 3 measurements. So it was measured by the doctor. The doctor qualified it, somebody from the audience. So it wasn't a scam. And I thought, it's just water. Everybody loses. You can lose water. You just dehydrate. You can lose 1 inch. Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah, just dehydrate.
So I put my hand up and said, how do you know it's just not water? The guy's like, well, let me explain that. Your fat cells do contain water. Most of your bodily water is in your fat cells.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely right. It's stored in your fatty, it's like 60% of the contents of a fat cell is water. And water passes really quickly in and out of the body. It's a very small molecule which easily perfuses through tissue. And it makes sense because you don't want an area of your body that's dehydrated. You want water needs to travel through your whole body. So it travels between the cells, through the cells. It has very little restriction. And what happens is some procedures, they use these wraps. You've heard these wraps?
Yes.
These skin wraps, these cellophane wraps, and they put some kind of gel or some kind of something to draw the water out of the cell, and then they wrap it for 30, 40 minutes. And when they take it off, you've got an inch loss. It's dehydrated. It sucked the water out. But the next day it comes back because it's just water. What the doctor explained to me when I asked if it was just water, he said that, yes, water is released very easily. So yes, there is some water changes, but the laser releases the calories at the same time, which body wraps do not. Dehydration does not release those fatty acids. Now, the reason why is a fatty acid molecule and glycerol are within the fat cell. So your fat cell is 60% water and 40% of these fatty acids and glycerol. Those molecules are the size of a bus compared to the size of a golf cart. So, it's such a large molecule that it can't pass through the membrane like water does. It has to be released into the tissue and burned as energy. So what he said was after 4 to 6 weeks of the laser procedure, the percentage of people did not gain the inches back. It stayed as a permanent result. Now, that was his comment, his statement, and I didn't have any way of proving that. And I'm a little skeptic when it comes to weight gain and loss. And then there was nobody else doing that. I didn't know anyone else that had the machine. There was none of my colleagues I could call up and ask. There was a few medical doctors down in Boca, down in West Palm, Dr. Alan Bowman, Dr. Mann. These guys are superstar plastic surgeons, and they have the machine there, but they're using it in a different way than we're using it. They're using it before lipo and after liposuction to heal and to get better results. It's an assist in lipo too. So I, as a chiropractor, I can't do surgery. Not that I would want to. That's why I became a chiropractor. I could have passed medical college. Believe me, it was, I'm a smart guy. And so, I think the real benefit in the Slim Body Spa is that my skills is the laser works really well. But since I can't go to surgery and I can't do lipo and I can't do these other things, not that I want to, I have to find a solution that's more naturally based. So I have to look at food. I have to look at hormones. I have to look at your habits, your commitment, the choices you make in order to get the best result from the laser process. I've incorporated over 8 years all of these different things: whole body vibration, detoxification, food, calorie, making better choices. The reason why we give away protein powders and these mixes when people come in is if you try to sell them something, they feel like you're trying to upsell them, and they instantly this barrier comes up. Oh, I don't want to buy anything. I just want to do the laser. So we're like, we'll give it to you for free. It's included. Try it. Boom. I love that stuff. Oh my God, it tastes good. And then, so what we do, now we're seeing, 20, 30, 40 people a day at the Slim Body Spa. And in between, once they do the laser for the 20 or 30, for the 30 minutes, then they move into the whole body vibration. We offer them free protein shakes. We mix it for them. We have one staff member that does nothing but mix protein shakes for the different clients when they come in. And because they're always hungry, they haven't eaten for 2 hours before the laser, and they don't eat 2 hours afterwards. So that protein is a really boost for them. And as a result of that one process of giving it to them for free, letting them try it, everybody seems to, it's easier to make that change. And that is a trick, not a trick. That's a technique that allows people to not feel like they're being sold something. They can make the decision. If you like the protein, great. Here's the products. You can get them from us at a good discount because we're not doing it. It's not how we make money. And then, or you can go to Publix and buy them at the GNC, but it's a Quest product. And they're really very effective. Like even you heard that guy, Kevin, if you haven't just tuned in, you didn't hear this morning's testimonial, but he was like, he's a no protein. I eat real meat. I'm a killing, grilling guy. That's why he was. And when they gave him, he was hungry, he had 2 hours. He didn't eat. He did the laser. He was hungry. So the girl's like, can we make you a protein powder? He's like, I don't know. And he goes, here, let's make it. It's included. It's no cost. Okay, I'll try it. Boom. He was like, this thing's like a milkshake. Oh my God. Boom. It was included with the program, this whole can, this big quart of it, Wow. That's included? Yeah, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Wow. Great. Well, you heard him, he was raving about it.
Oh,
how much
yeah.
it helps.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, that's a different model than a lot of weight loss centers. I always tell people, there's no money in weight loss for doctors, really. There really isn't. To sit down with someone and consult them on their food and their habits and how often they eat, and then have to deal with managing daily journals and their food plans and helping them get over their habits with counting. It is a lot of time you spend with people. And medical doctors, they don't make money on time. They make money on procedures. So they make money when they do a bypass. They make money when they do a gastric stapling. They make money when they treat diabetes. They make money when they do these other things. So what happens is when you go to weight loss centers, typically their product is how they make money. So they charge you, to come into the center. There's one center in our town that has a $30, fee for the month. It says $30, sign up today. And then at the bottom, it says supplements and food products are not included. Well, the program is the supplements and the food products, not the consulting. So the $30 to get you to come in and show up, then you get that $1,500, hey, you need to buy all these products. And if you don't buy the products, you don't really get the help. And that's, and also, and I don't want to mention that program because, there are people that do get help there. But it's different than what we're doing. That's all. So Slim Body Laser Spa, 9 sessions in 3 weeks. You can lose fat. You can lie on your back and relax and lose inches. It's really quite amazing. I've been there now for 8 years. We're located at 2311 Southeast Ocean Boulevard. And that is right across from the Fresh Market. My website is Slim Body Laser Spa. You can also put in Dr. Tread. I put in tread.com the other day, and a car dealer came up with my name in the URL of their car dealership. So their dealership is called tread.com for the tire tread. And my URL is drtread.com. So I didn't think about grabbing tread.com. I said, who's going to want to use that name? Well, whenever you put in tread.com, it comes up with this dealership in Los Angeles who's selling cars. Anyway, you need to put in Dr. Tread is my point. Don't be disillusioned if you put in, you get a dealership. Just keep searching. I'm in there. We're on the internet. We're all over. The phone number is 772-223-5885. I don't expect you to remember it. I don't remember any phone numbers nowadays.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I just listened to somebody on the radio giving an 800 number, and it was like 800-660-2522, and I couldn't remember it even after he said it. And most of us are like that. And I think it's because of all these smartphones and stuff. We're not writing numbers down anymore. So listen, it's Slim Body Laser Spa, drtread.com. Dr. Tread's laser assisted weight loss will get you the URL. Anything you type into your phone, into that will come up with our address, our name, and you can come on in and get that free consultation. You owe it to yourself to at least come in and investigate it. Don't sit there and say, it doesn't work. I'll tell you another trend which is happening in the last year to year and a half. We've been doing this now for 8 years. My office was started before Cool Sculpting even existed. We've been doing this. Now, Cool Sculpting has a huge marketing program. About $70 million was spent last year making you think that Cool Sculpting is a good idea. And what happens is we're at the shows now and people will walk by from a distance and they go, I tried it. It didn't work for me. Didn't work for me. And don't do that to Juan. As Mike is laughing, my wife, because she's like, where did you go? Where did you go? I tried it somewhere, tried it up north, didn't work for me. Well, let me tell you, it's not the same thing.
Mm-mm.
It is not this. That's like saying, I tried that car and it was a terrible car and I'm never going to buy it again. Well, you didn't buy my car. Maybe you got a car that I don't know what car you have. They're not all the same. All cars aren't the same. And all body sculpting centers are not the same. In fact, they just had a program on the Doctor Show where they were just blasting these people saying that they have this laser-like lipo, LED machines, these light machines versus a true laser. Anyway, I don't think that's really worth going into here, but if you'd like to come in for a free consultation, you can be one of the 5,000 army that we have out there. It's free consult. Come on in, check it out, and we're going to be very helpful. I also want to say thank you and to all the people that came to the Art Fest this last weekend to support the Art Council. It was a fantastic show. Lots of people. I also want to say hi to my new friend. I know he's not listening, Stephen No. He is a realtor, and his dad and brother are the gastroenterologists in town, and he's in real estate. And I was with him all weekend at this show. So he's going to be super successful, a fantastic person. So if you're looking for some real estate, call Stephen No. He's with Premier Realty Group, and I'll give him a free plug. He deserves it. He's a hardworking boy. Reminds me of when I was in my 30s or late 30s, how hard he works. Okay. I will see you next week. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate all of you, and come in for that consultation. Don't wait. Bye-bye.